Petrie.
One guy to watch for the Toronto Maple Leafs who's made a lot of in these first 5 games is Nazem Kadri. And interesting how Randy Carlyle works his bench. You've seen times where early on got a chance to play. It depends a lot about the defensive matchup. I think Dave Bolland has been a favorite of Carlyle's early on, and he's taken some of the ice time of Kadri. Very important early on for Kadri to have a couple of good shifts, get some confidence from his head coach.
It'd be nice to keep him on the ice there in an offensive face-off.
Did you see that?
Stops play.
That's one where Kessel, you look at early on, there's been a number of long shots. Kessel tried one earlier, Van Riemsdyk maybe trying to get at Devan Dubnyk, but there's an easy save. No traffic in front, Bozak a little late to get there. And you got to figure Kessel will be putting as many as he can on net. Second in the NHL and shooting once again behind Alexander Ovechkin.
Better play to be made there, though, isn't there?
Yep.
With him.
The one thing you know if you're the Toronto Maple Leafs, you look at the way it's gone early on for the Edmonton Oilers, you're going to get chances. So you got to stay patient. Don't get frustrated early on. Get pucks to the net. And I think early here, the one thing the Leafs have been able to do is score opportunistic goals at the right time. And this is one of those games early on, guys.
He created himself by the rebound he gave up on the first.
Now, once again, a long shot. And Glenn, I don't know, for me as a shooter, I don't want to allow Devan Dubnyk early on here to get some confidence. All long shots, no traffic in front. And I think the Leafs are going in with a mindset shoot from everywhere. But the majority of these ones have been easy saves for him to get some confidence.
Couldn't agree more. You got a goaltender who you know is questioning himself. Hey, not good in practice, a little in games. And all you're doing again, so you need special attention. 2-on-1, anything you can do to stop that kid's speed. And you talked about the matchup game. One of the reasons that
The puck out of play.
The fans a little sensitive with the call on Van Riemsdyk that made it a 5-on-3 for the Oilers. They score. Here's a play where the puck's loose for a second and Roll gets knocked down, and the Oilers keep the puck alive.
Now, we showed the mistake around the front of the net, but here's the mistake that happened for the turnover. Kessel overstays his shift, turns the puck over, and it's not long after that that the Leafs don't get numbers in front of the net, and it's an easy tap and putt.
As Randy Carlyle has said before, he may juggle his lines, but he's trying to find pairs of players that go together, fit together well, and it looks like Kadri and Lubo will be together for a bit.
Yeah, and I think that now you do have that luxury where you can shift your lines around. I think the most important thing that has settled things in for Randy Carlyle, too, is that strength at center ice. Now he's got options with Boland's emergence. McClement, as we all know, can kill penalties and play that fourth-line role.
He's a chance.
Jim, you were wondering about the defensive pairing matchups. Well, why do you see Gardner and Riley? Well, Ranger just finally gets himself looking forward. Here's the bench. Franson waiting for some equipment problems. Ranger tying up his skates, and he only have 2 available defensemen. So obviously, even though the period so much made of the last face-off, the Leafs win it, and this is the ensuing play. All kinds of bodies in front. Dubnyk gets a piece of that one with traffic in front of him. Lupul keeps it alive, and you see Kadri in a position, some bodies there. Timeout by Dallas Eakins now to try to calm his team down, make sure everybody knows their responsibility, and more importantly, get a much-needed rest.
Right away, he reached for the board, so you know he's going to talk to the team about what you're supposed to do.
Toronto to make sure that that puck didn't cross the line.
Another skate problem on the Leaf bench. With 3 guys.
That great chance happened because of one little mistake about 25 seconds earlier in the corner where Cody Franson just missed the puck. And the next thing you know,
The Leafs.
So they'll go back to 2 seconds. 2.1. They're still looking at adding.
Yeah.
Well, there are going to be some disputes like this over hybrid icing as the season goes on as well.
Time-wise,